Hi, it's Jody. I'm wearing my That Chapter shirt because it's comfortable, and just kudos to Mike at That Chapter podcast and YouTube channel. So give him props because I love watching him. He's funny and whatever, and the shirt is cool. Okay, so today I was trying to think of what to talk about. There's so many topics. So I'm going to talk about why change takes time. And, people don't realize that just because people talk and say, oh, well, I won't do this anymore. I won't lie anymore. I won't cheat anymore. I won't steal anymore. I won't drink anymore, or whatever. It's not true. And it's not true because of their mental wanting to not change. It's a lie, but it's more of a I can't do it. Okay. So here's how this goes. Um let's say let me give you an example from treatment, okay? Because it's a perfect example. And it's I don't know, you guys don't seem to like me, but that's fine. I'm just going to keep doing this until you do. Um let's say someone comes into treatment and they're new. They've never been in treatment before. They're an alcoholic. And I say to them, no new relationships for a year. They look at me like, yeah, okay. Now, meanwhile, I know what's going to happen if they get into a relationship, because chances are like attracts like, so they're going to find someone who's like them, and eventually either the stress or the cravings are going to get one of them to want to use, and they're going to use. Okay, so that doesn't work. But here's the problem, okay? I mean, obviously that's a problem, but here's the real problem. The real problem is people can't see the steps to not being in a relationship. All right. And then that goes really deep. That goes like very, 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 very submarine deep. Woo. Okay. In other words, it's not just about, I don't want to be in a relationship. And we tell them you can have sex. I mean, that's not forbidden, but you can't have a relationship. However, because people are insecure, or they're afraid, or they have abandonment issues, or they have rejection issues, they need to feel like I need someone. They cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. And so they just poo poo the idea of change. They don't understand what you're talking about. They have no idea what you're talking about. Like, yeah, right. I'm not going to have a relationship. F off. Um, so Okay. What needs to happen in order to make change, and change is very slow because of this, is you have to lead them little by little by little by little by little until they could see how their ability to not be in a relationship, and I'm just using that as an example, how they can see how that ability to not be in a relationship is going to be good for them. And in order to do that, they have to let go of all of those issues I just mentioned. And most people are scared. They don't, and I'll talk about fear in another episode, but most people don't want to uh, take the chance. They don't want to try it. So, all right, and I'll say something about me. When I was growing up, my grandmother would say, Jody, you've got to marry a lawyer or a doctor. And I didn't. Okay. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. Because in my mind, I'm like, how do I do that? Okay, marry a doctor or a lawyer. That sounds great, but where do I meet them? How do I have a connection? How do I uh, fit in with them? Because like attracts like. So, to me, her words were hollow. Her advice was hollow. It didn't make any sense because I didn't see a path to doing that. And so when I say to clients, don't be in a relationship for a year if you're new in recovery, they say you're nuts, you're out of your mind. You're jealous. I don't know, whatever they say, mean things. And I'm like, okay, do what you want, but you'll see. And unfortunately, they do see, but some people die in the process, and that's no good. You know how many funerals I've been to? I don't even, I don't even, I don't even want to talk about it. So bottom line is, in order to get people to change, you have to do it step by step by step by step, something they're comfortable with at first. And then once they get real comfortable with that, you go to the next little, step. And then they get comfortable with that. And then once they get through all their issues, which are the step, like they're not the 12 steps, but their steps, then all of a sudden they can see, hey, I'm strong enough that I can do this thing you're asking me to do. Like go to the gym. Some people just can't see themselves going to the gym. It could be anything. Change takes time because everybody needs to learn the little itty bitty steps to get them closer to the goal in which they can actually see a life in which they cannot be in a relationship, where they can go to the gym, where they can meet doctors and lawyers or whatever, where they can go on a diet, where they can, fight back, where they can get assertive. So I know this was longer than my usual, and people don't usually sit there and watch this, but I hope you do, because the reality is people need to change to see things for the way they are. And if someone tells you advice and you just blow it off because you can't see it, it's not that the advice is wrong, it's that no one's teaching you how to get there. And that takes a long time. So, anyway, please like and subscribe. Like, it doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe doesn't cost you anything. I want to get this message out because honestly, this stuff is important and people need to know. All right. And I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart because I want people to change. And I know how hard it is. So Till tomorrow. Bye.